gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Third Spin. We go too fast, we don't use vowels. I am very attractive, and with me, as always, is noted Sanyan Jung enthusiast, Mike Magas. What's up?
I'm more of a Yudong Song fan, but that's just me.
Well, what about Yudong Sick?
Oh, Yudong, it was Yundong sick, but yeah. That was also good. Love Korean fighters' names. That's what this comes down to. Welcome to the 3D Speed series. We're back up and running after a hiatus that was basically enforced by Race Room being... Really, it just came down to bad timing, actually, more than anything else. Like, they would drop an update before we were going to start up, and then the server wouldn't work, and, you know. Anyways, we're back. We're at Imola. This is, of course, the final race. This is the racetrack that took Ayrton Senna away from us, which many fanboys cried out for. And also, Roland Ratzberger died on that fateful day. We are here for round 5 of the series. Mike Stofmeel, of course, absolutely dominating once again, over a second faster than anyone else in the field. Jesus. Michael Magas from the Big Shooter ACA Racing Team is trying to improve upon his 14th place. He's got 2 personal best sectors, so he's got a chance of moving up in the world here. Coming across the line and moves up to 13th place. Did improve quite a bit, though, actually, on the time. Just not enough to get a lot of positions there, right on the tail of Francis Ballon. Here is Juan Ramos, or Ramos. Not sure which. He's from America, so I don't know if he's a Portuguese man or a Spanish man.
I believe he's Swedish.
Because, I mean, Ramos I generally associate with the Spanish, of course, but there is an MMA fighter currently in the UFC who's Ramos. So, the Brazilians and the Portuguese apparently also use that name.
As well do the Dutch North Indies folk.
Yes.
Maybe, if those even exist.
But they steal everything.
Correct. Damn weirdos and people and things.
You ready for Fight Island this weekend?
I'm not gonna get to watch.
Oh, why is this?
For some reason or other, some dummy in an office in Vancouver has decided that I need to work a Saturday, and then after that we were gonna have D&D tonight, and then D&D got rescheduled to Saturday.
Disappointing.
Yeah, well, I mean, from what I hear, it's just going to be another room inside of a building somewhere. It doesn't really matter that it's on an island.
Yeah, I'm just more or less hyped for like a pretty decent fight card that we haven't had in a while.
Yeah,
because the offerings lately have been pretty thin, if we're being honest.
Well, I mean, that's why we stopped watching MMA for a long time, is because there was always the same match or absolute nobodies for like 9 months a year.
That really wasn't my problem, because I enjoy the nobody fight sometimes. Like, they got a fight on this card between Zaleski Dos Santos and Muslim Salikov. That's going to be a burner fight. Like, those are 2 guys who are never going to fight for a title because they have no defense. But put them in the same cage, it's gonna be fucking fireworks.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Cole McRae here with a really good first sector there. Well, I mean, normally I would say losing like a half second in the first sector is not great, but then we have Mike Stofmeel completely whipping everyone's butt. So, I mean, that is
have him killed.
It's good. He's in a Bentley, guys. Come on. He's in a boat. We decided that, for the record, Mike Stofmeel is because Mike Stofmeel likes doing the battle cruiser from StarCraft voice when he joins the Discord server. And I asked him, are you Leviathan class or Behemoth class? And we have decided finally that he is Behemoth class.
Whoa. Because he's fat?
The Behemoth is the fatter of the 2, that is for sure. Although they are both very large, so...
I like them big. I like them chunky.
Cole McRae coming... wow! That was a lap and a half from Cole McRae. Just hopped up into 4th place.
Too
right
slow,
at the end
Cole
there.
McRae.
Cole McRae delivering. Mike Stofmeel, Guillermo Martinez, Ariel Zatoni, Cole McRae is your top AM qualifier ahead of Liam Curtin, Dan Bach, Mike Jeffries, Paul Riccobeni, Wayne Hutchison, Simeon Naku, your top 10, followed by Johnny Major, Ayrton Tobin, Francis Ballon, Rick Martel, Michael Magas, Alfonso Chacon, Douglas DeGroat, John Picha, newcomer to the series, Carter Milton, and Juan Ramos. We're going with Ramos until you correct us.
That,
I also believe that Tyler Igeli is here today. He didn't get time to do a qualifying lap because he joined really late, so I think there is a 21st car. Also, Cole McRae has joined with one of the New Yorkers' Mercedes to create the B Mercedes W.
disgusting.
I mean,
One of the
it's a little bit.
one of the World of Tanks channels I watch, Skill for LTU from Lithuania, bought himself his dream car a week ago.
Oh, what is it?
He got himself a 2012 Porsche Cayenne.
Solid car. Not my dream car, but that's my anti-Porscheness showing through.
Well, I mean, you just hate all the Germans because, well, they're fucking blonde.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I've driven a Porsche in real life, and I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. It did not get my dick hard.
Fair enough. And before anybody gets all up in arms about racism, that's a Fight Club quote. So calm down. Get off my porch, fat man.
Red lights, and go! Well, technically not. Technically, that was more nationalism than racism, but yes.
And Stofmeel right into the wall. Oh my god.
Stofmeel has been jumped at the start here by Guillermo Martinez, so briefly we have a leader that's not Mike Stofmeel, and then he just drives away from him. So,
Guillermo, what have you done?
Mike Stofmeel up into first place ahead of Martinez, Tony McRae, and Mike Jeffries has jumped a couple into fifth place, so he's had a very excellent start on his own right. John Peaches slipped it back to back. There's a second person who came in late. I believe it is indeed Josiah Jerome, although Alfonso Chacon falling to the back now, as well as Tyler Igeli. I can say that happened right behind me, and Igeli drove into the back of Chacon. So, there you go. That is why they are at the back.
Bro, this is not hit the pass yet. I'm trying to get him to do official hit the pass, and we ain't got there yet.
Well, he didn't even pass him. That's the problem. He's actually behind him.
What was an attempt? An attempt was made.
Interesting news. The GP Trailblazers team, Ground Provision Trailblazers, no more. Douglas DeGroat and Josiah Jerome have waved the white flag on that team so that they can switch into new cars. Douglas is now rocking a BMW, which is, if you see the Travis Wallace BMW that he ran in the Enduro series, that's the one. And the lone Audi in the field is driven by Josiah Jerome.
He is a brave man, also running on 4 pixels in a dream.
He's got a decent computer now. We can
18 pixels in a dream.
We can't use that joke anymore. Now it's you all gonna get it.
He coming for you. Too slow, Cole McRae. Pretty far up to the front for what I'm used to seeing from him.
Indeed, that random qualifying lap at the end of the round, it's like something suddenly snapped into place for him. Francis Ballon and Simeon Niku battling over 11th position or 12th position here. Behind them is Michael Magas, Rick Martel, and the aforementioned Douglas DeGroat. Also, I think John Peach in that mix as well. So after a really bad start, Peach has come back through the field to 18th place.
He is the best at going from the worst to pretty okay.
We'd like to welcome newcomer Carter Milton, who just overtook Juan Ramos for 19th place.
I think there's a problem with your boy Ramos.
He is dropping back. The unfortunate is Juan is very much a work in progress in terms of staying on the track. And
yeah, that seems fair.
We're working on it. Aerials and tone. Man, Mike Stofmeel is disappearing already. It's up to 1.5 seconds. It's just gonna vanish. You guys are just not even gonna let that. Not even gonna keep that boat honest. Jesus.
Fire all the cannons. Aerials and Tony driving the Winnie the Flu car.
Indeed, Haribo. Trying to make a charge here. It's part of the South America Mercedes team. Cole McRae still in 4th place there. Cole doing an excellent job. He's staying there, so it's not just a fluke. He's got some very fast cars on his tail in Mike Jeffries, Liam Curtin, and Dan Bach.
Y'all going to get cockblocked.
Jeffries is going for it here, but that is the inside line for Cole heading into... I can never remember this turn's name. It is the first Variante on this track, though. first chicane. Here we
I
go.
believe that would be known as a left and then a right and then another left.
I know the second Variante is Villeneuve, because of course Gilles Villeneuve. Come on. And then the third one is Variante Alta, but I can't remember what the first one is.
Ultima.
The Variante Ultima.
Variante Ultima Online 2.0.
Variante Imperialis Secundus.
Correct. Variante Uberalis. Uberalis Variante.
I did find a track that actually had a turn named after our boy Henach Larange.
Oh, very nice.
This is a really unknown track that we're probably not going to ever commentate, but you know, the more you know.
We should definitely be pushing for that track to be added to the schedule.
Indeed.
Mike, I didn't know that you were French and that you grew up so close to Paris.
I'm kind of close to Paris, Ontario. Yeah.
That's the joke. Yeah, somebody posted a picture of, like, when you can't afford a trip to Europe. So you start
Yeah.
Brussels to Lisbon to Paris, down to Vienna, over to Seville, down to Copenhagen, and up to London, and then Dublin, and then back to Brussels.
Oh, I didn't know about I didn't see the Seville one in the one I saw.
Yeah,
I didn't know we had a Seville. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of European named cities in the Ontario area. They're all very
Toronto.
They're all mostly incredibly tiny, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
The only one that's not is London, Ontario. Like that's an actual city.
Home of the London Knights.
The rest are just like hamlets. 1/3 of the Tri-City area with Cambridge and Kitchener.
Is that where you're from, Hamilton?
Actually, I created in my Canadian football game, which you can get on Steam. Not my game, obviously, but there is a CFL game on Steam. And I did create the Tri-City Timberwolves as my team, so there we go. Playing in the Eastern Conference against the Montreal Alouettes, Hamilton Tiger Cats, Toronto Argos, and Ottawa. And I changed, since the names are all wrong in the game because they couldn't get the licenses, I just changed it to the Ottawa Ripsaws because I keep saying it, the Red Blacks are a terrible team name. I don't know why that is a thing.
It is shameful. They should just have gone back to the Rough Riders.
I wouldn't have gone back to the Rough Riders because, I mean, there's already
Rough
Rough
Riders.
Riders.
Red Blacks.
But, like, you chose a saw, a buzzsaw, for your logo with an R on it. Just call it the freaking Ripsaws. It's way better.
I got a better one for you. Change it in your game immediately to the Ottawa Red Tape.
Need to find a logo to work with that, though.
Yeah, just a big red bar.
I mean, I didn't say it'd be hard. I said
just use the universal no symbol. Just
that works. That works.
Yes.
That would work.
Team name ever. Listen, anybody from Ottawa needs to start pushing for this.
Jeff Hunt, come give us a call.
Hell yeah. Fucking Liam, put him in the wall, Liam.
Liam Curtin all over the back of Michael Jeffries, going down the inside. Whoa! Yeah, that's a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Too much dedication on that one.
Heavy on the dedication. Where is he going to rejoin? He's lost out to Johnny Major, Dan Bach, Wayne Hutchison, Ayrton Tobin, Simeon Naku. So he's back to 11th place ahead of Michael Magas and Rick Martel.
Remember, kids, if you ain't Hutch, you ain't much.
That's true. Stofmeel watch, 5.3 fucking seconds ahead. Jesus Christ. He gone.
Just give him double points so somebody, and then say he doesn't have to race in the second race, and then somebody else can lead.
Yeah, but the second race is the only time it's actually interesting for him. He has to come through the grid.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
Doesn't always get to the front. He had a 7th place finish earlier this season.
No, not anymore, because some people have had some extra practice, and you guys give him like 92 bajillion kilograms of battleship to tow behind his car.
59 kilos today.
That's more than me. No, it's not.
Whoa, Mike Jeffries turns it around. Oh, Dan Bach going evasive.
Well done.
So Jeffries spinning out of a top 5 position there. See where he rejoins. He's behind Dan Bach, Johnny Major, Wayne Hutchison, Ayrton Tobin, Samina Kuso. He's back in 10th place there. He's the white Mercedes, just extremely shot there. So still in the top 10, but that will hurt Mike Jeffries' chance for a good result here today.
Sounds racist.
Looks like we've lost Paul Riccobeni because Riccobongo is at the back of the pack, and that's not normally where you would see him.
Ricardo, why?
Ricardo was struggling. Ricardo was very negative on how this was going to go, and it turned out to be prophetic.
Well, I mean, stop with all them negative waves.
Whoa! Simeon Niku trying to go around the outside of Ayrton Tobin. Can he get the job done? The answer is no. The Porsche holds for the moment.
What if Ayrton Tobin flips over on the same corner that Ayrton Senna flipped over? And then do we legally have to track Tobin down and like murder him, or how does that work?
I don't believe we're under any legal obligation to do it. That would just be that'd be a voluntary thing.
What if it's just the OCD kicking in?
Oh, I mean, well, yeah, I mean that's true. But I'm just saying we don't legally have to. I didn't say we wouldn't. Mike Jeffries now making this a three-way battle here with Tobin and Niku. So Porsche versus BMW versus Mercedes. How is the Audi of Josiah Jerome doing? He is up to 14th position and quite a ways out the back of Rick Martel there. So
he coming. Oh Lord, he coming.
He coming. Oh my coming, y'all.
I like him big. I like him chunky. Chunky. I'll have to find that for you.
I've been watching The Wire Best of Spiros Vandas. Which is
oh, God. Not Spiro Agnew?
No, not Spiro Agnew. There's no best of real for him. Mike Jeffries looking down the inside of Simeon Niku here towards the first Variante. Don't think anything is on at this time. Tobin continues to lead this three-man train. Stofmeel watch, 8.1 seconds.
It's not bad.
I don't have words. I don't have words.
Well, I mean, you should probably look in your dictionary because that's where they live.
Oh, and so my news for the one true Kyle. He has now formed a tag team with OBG.
With who?
The one Billy Gunn.
Oh my God.
And they are challenging us for our AEW titles. And he comes back and he's like asking our permission. It's like a Jesse Neal Team 3D moment from Impact, if you remember that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he's asking for permission, and we give it to him. And he's talking to you, and he's like, "I don't want you guys taking it easy on me. I want the full thing." And I just get up and I go, get like right in his face and go, "I don't know, but you, Byron, I see Jack Evans." As if to communicate that this is going to go hard. Guillermo Martinez spins it around, and that's going to give Ariel Zatoni #1 spot, and that moves Dan Bach onto the podium. Behind him, it is Johnny Major, and then it is my boy, my teammate, Wayne Hutchison.
I think your boy Too Swole Cole McRae got caught up in that shenanigans.
Oh, I think he did. I think Mike Jeffries might have as well. Oh, Ayrton Tobin spins it around too.
I have to go kill him then. Sorry.
Rivatsa continues. Well, that's not the turn that took Senna from us.
Shut up.
Tobin overtaken by John Peachy there. Rivatsa proves to be the biting point for a lot of the cars here today. Stofmeel watch because of the spin out of Martinez. He's now 11 seconds to the clear, and I mean at this point he's just gotten a barbecue going now. Whoa, Francis Ballon going around Ayrton Tobin. I say the whoa part because looked like his car was really struggling with a connection there. It was dancing all over the place.
Is he, in fact, the hardest Tobin to Tobin?
No, that would be Chris Tobin.
I don't know who that is, and therefore I don't like him.
He's a guy I worked with, and we used to call him Jesus because he had a full-on Jesus beard.
No, very nice.
He's a cool guy.
Did he wear it on top of his head?
No, he's quite bald up top. Oh, Francis definitely is struggling with a connection of some kind there as Douglas DeGroat gets around him. All right, Francis, let's see if we can drop that ping down a little bit, my friend. Let's see how he handles the turn there. I kind of wish the camera had stuck with him there for a bit, although Rick Martel on the tail of Mike Magas. This is now a battle for a top 10 spot.
Put him in the wall.
Which is quite possible here, actually. This is Variante Alta would be the place to put something on the wall, that's for sure. Johnny Major is all of a sudden up on Dan Bach's case and looking to get on that podium. I don't know. Has Johnny been on a feature race podium in his career? I don't know. I'll look it up between races and let you know. But for now, that podium belongs to the Porsche of Dan Bach. So quick rundown here as we approach the halfway point. It is Mike Stofmeel leading by over 12 seconds from Ariel Zatoni. Dan Bach at third with Johnny Major, as you can see on your screen right now, all over the back end of him. Wayne Hutchison is up into 5th place ahead of Simeon Naku. Liam Curtin is, I want to say, the top AM car. No, wait, Johnny Major is, pardon me. Johnny Major top AM car. Second AM car is Liam, or no, Cole McRae just overtook Liam Curtin. So it's Cole McRae now, Liam Curtin. And then it is Guillermo Martinez and Michael Magas rounding off your top 10. The race has seen the end for Paul Riccobeni. Possibly Carter Milton as well. He's down a lot, but I think he is still running.
Is that what you really believe?
That is what I really believe, yeah.
All right.
We'll see. If he keeps putting more laps on Paul Riccobeni, that means he is still circulating. If not, then he may be done. Whoa, very careful through that Variante Alta, guys. That'll break the car. Those bumps there are severe and will destroy some suspension. Juan Ramos is coming up to play a role. Oh, never mind. Just spun off. Ravassa claims another one.
I don't know who that is.
It's a turn.
It's so weird. You just use either left or right.
They really, for modern tracks, they just use turn numbers. The age of naming turns after people or things about the area, for example, are kind of forgotten about. Actually, I'll give you the most morbid turn name in the world. It's Eau Rouge, which you might be familiar with from us saying it enough.
That's the stuff you dip your sandwich in.
That's Eau Jus.
Oh, my bad.
Eau Rouge, of course, meaning red, basically red water. Is named for the river that went through that section of the Spa-Francorchamps track that had a number of dead people in it.
Very nice.
Morbidness for 500, please. Because, of course, Spa is not terribly far from the Ardennes, which, if you've been into your history class in a while, the Germans like to go there.
That is correct. I saw some stuff on some things. Watch Band of Brothers, you'll enjoy it.
Band of Brothers is one of the 5 must-watch viewing experiences of your life.
Correct.
In my opinion.
You gotta watch The Wire. You gotta watch Band of Brothers. You gotta watch. I don't know if you gotta watch Generation Kill, but I'd recommend it.
That's on the recommended list. I don't know if that's quite top 5. Oh, Johnny Major going forward here for 3rd place. Gets around the outside of Dan Bach, who made a mistake there, and heading towards Ravassa. Major has got the podium. This might be his first one. Just looking down the gaps here to see if anyone else is making moves. Not really. Josiah Jerome's picked up another spot and is up into 13th place. But aside from that, not much going on further back. Carter Milton is still running. He's put another lap on Paul Riccobeni. So the McLaren 650S is still somewhere out on track. Though we have not seen it really at all today.
Why not?
Simeon Nagu is catching up to Wayne Hutchison. So Wayne, press the gas pedal harder.
Correct. Or it would be Simeon, as you've never seen him before.
Nope. Josiah Jerome just tumbled 3 spots down the rankings. Wonder what happened there. So here is Simeon Nagu, Project Zora team leader. His teammate Leonard Burke not here today, so he's holding the flag solo. Ahead of him, it is the DACA ASP leader. Or, pardon me, Big Shooter. DACA is our ACC team. Big Shooter ASP leader, Wayne Hutchison, who actually has been kind of put to shame by teammate Michael Magas so far this season, so we'll see what he can do. Further back, Mike Jeffries has gotten past Rick Martel, and that puts Rick on reverse grid pole if this race were done right now. So go, Rick.
Rick, if you don't win this race, I am going to come to your house and tickle you mercilessly.
He's not. There are several provinces between you.
I didn't say it was going to be quick.
Simeon Niku has gotten past Wayne Hutchison, at least for the time being. We, of course, missed the overtake because we decided to go to Dan Bach. Really not doing much. No offense, Dan. Nothing but love, but would have preferred to see the overtake completed.
Mike, I have a serious question for you.
Hit me.
Can you feel the drugs tonight?
I can feel the drugs at all times.
Here we go. That is cool.
God knows there's some kind of drug going through my system at all times. I'm on too many pills.
Is it because your thyroid is the size of outlaw doors?
No, the thyroid is not one of the problems.
Is it because dick too big might kill somebody?
I mean, that is definitely one of the pills. Yes.
Gunsmoke, no!
I am the Cyril Figgis of the ESR.
I was gonna go with Gunsmoke from Black Dynamite.
Gunsmoke from Black Dynamite works as well, but Cyril Figgis is also an accountant. So I mean, that works on multiple levels.
Cyril Figgis.
I'm a huge fan of cock, and my name is Cyril Figgis.
Not to be confused with Cyril Sneer.
Yes. So Liam Curtin up on the tail of Guillermo Martinez here. So I think Liam's had another off at some point. I think he was higher up in the order than this.
He has joined a higher order.
I mean, yeah, at some point he was like in the Highlander 1 deal. Rick Martel, Ayrton Tobin, this is for reverse grid pole, so very important. The bad company car down the inside and gets the job done. Tobin up into 12th place.
Any thoughts on the supposition that there's a new Highlander movie in the works? Or maybe it's a TV show, can't remember.
I'd be down for either.
What if it was starring Robert Pattinson?
I mean, I don't judge a man by the one role that I'm familiar with him being in, so, you know, it's whatever. Oh, Mike Jeffries gets up the inside of Mike Magas. That's for 10th? Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say they'd made up a spot or something there, but no, they were squabbling over 10th before, so that's fine. And Curtin on the tail of Guillermo Martinez. I make it a habit if I've seen somebody in, like, one thing, I don't judge. Like, everyone's got a bad role. Everyone's been in a bad movie at some point. I mean, case in point, I was watching Everything Wrong with the Power Rangers movie earlier today, just because amusement.
I mean,
frankly.
It was made, therefore it is wrong.
But it's like it just opens. Oh, Liam Curtin and Guillermo Martinez going around. That's a big deal. Are they going to lose any spots though? Let's see here. There they are.
Having the troubles.
Mike Jeffries coming up to them now. Magas in behind him. Then it is Tobin. Then it is Martel and Aguili. All right, Stofmeel watch. 20 and a half seconds ahead.
You think you'll be able to finish with a 30-second lead?
Probably. To finish off my point there, it was basically like, it was just basically like, oh god, they got Bryan Cranston in this. Man, he's going to look back at this and realize I was in a bad movie. Then it starts listing off all the other bad movies he's in and just goes, wow, Bryan Cranston's been in a lot of bad movies. And that's pretty much true.
But he made up for all of it by being in the international smash hit Godzilla.
And Breaking Bad.
Never heard of it.
You really should probably check that out.
I probably should, but there's like 1,000 million TV shows people keep trying to get me to watch. Literally every TV show. And there's about There's about a dozen TV shows I also
Ayrton
actually wanna
Tobin
watch.
off the track and rejoins behind Martel and Gelly. So Martel back up on the reverse grid pole with that move.
Damn it, Tobinder.
Whoa, Tobin going off again!
He did. Alright, we're gonna have to hunt him down. I'm sorry.
Tobin. That's terrible.
R.I.P. Ayrton
Jesus.
2.0.
No kidding. It was looking like a really good day for the bad company with Dan Bach up in 4th place and at one point in 3rd, although Bach is now under immense pressure from Simeon Naku from the Project Zora BMW. I still can't believe that BMW is going to go to an M4 as their GT3 car. That just seems weird. It seems really weird. Seems like a car that just doesn't cost enough to be a GT3 car.
I heard that the Porsche GT3 is quite the business.
If you can tame it, yeah, it's got a lot of high end, but like, I always sum up the Porsche cars very similar. They have a high skill ceiling, and they have a high skill baseboard, which means you have to be pretty good just to make the car go reasonably fast. I have a whole like thing about it in the ESR ACC chat talking about a distinct need to not pick the Porsche if you're an AM driver.
That sounds reasonable.
Well, Stofmeel 23 plus seconds ahead now. So coming up to that 30.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those.
Tyler Gelly is the man. Oh, he just got just as a thing. He just got it. That was the most important spot on the track right now because that is for reverse grid pole. And Gelly, a very strong driver, one of the top AM drivers in the field, early in the season, had some bad luck relatively late in the mid part of the season here. Needs 2 good rounds to end it and getting that pole. Whoa! Dan Bach goes around. Did Simeon Naku spin him out or did he lose the car? I don't know. We came into that too late.
I don't know either, and you'll never find any evidence that said Simeon did anything hilarious.
That promotes Wayne Hutchison and Cole McRae a spot. And there's somebody else out there. I think that's Johnny Major, who was on the podium. It is. There's Johnny Major off the track, so spoiling that podium run, and onto the podium goes Simeon Naku out of nowhere. Who had that coming?
On the comeback trail, we got 2 swole Cole McRae.
He is, yeah, he's up to 5th place, doing quite well. There's Juan Ramos moving kind of slowly. And a couple guys go through there. And the battle now is between Johnny Major and Dan Bach, 2 guys who were battling for a podium and are now battling for 6th place.
Probably.
So it is Mike Stofmeel, Ariel Zatoni, Simeon Naku, Wayne Hutchison, Cole McRae, Dan Bach, Johnny Major, Guillermo Martinez, Mike Jeffries, Liam Curtin, Michael Magas, and Tyler Gelly. That is your top 12. That is your reverse grid for race 2 if it stays as is.
Just wait till I launch the green show.
I have to say, the stunning thing here is that Josiah Jerome is still back in 17th place. He claimed he felt way more comfortable in that Audi. And so, that was Carter Milton, I think, off in the background. And he has McLaren 650S. So actually, a bigger deal here with Johnny Major spinning out. Cole McRae is now the top AM driver in the on the field right now. So I suppose I should just give a breakdown of the top 5 in the AM right now. It is Cole McRae leading from Johnny Major, Liam Curtin, Michael Magas, and Tyler Gelly.
What about the PM?
No.
Well, you can't just do half a day. Come on.
Lost Paul Riccobeni, but everybody else is still running. And in fact, Carter Milton has pulled himself back onto the same lap as Juan Ramos. So, something going on there, although not the greatest debut for the newcomer. But he is out there soldiering on, and that is... Oh, no! Dan Bach turned around by Johnny Major. That'll put 6th place in Major's hands. Bach. That's the second time in a couple of laps Bach has ended up spinning around and may have had assistance from another car.
I'm in favor of it. You know,
Looks like Tyler Agelli was getting up into the back of Michael Magas there and is dropping down, so he may have spun himself out. Guillermo Martinez off the track, and Dan Bach is going to pick that spot back up into 7th place. Bach will not be denied. Mike Jeffries now ahead of Martinez as well. Oh, Martinez is really having a hard time. He is off the track again.
That man is clearly intoxicated.
Losing spots to Liam Curtin, Michael Magas, Rick Martel. Oh, somebody was off there again. It's Dan Bach again off the track. What is going on with the Porsche from Bad Company? Dan Bach is having a terrible day.
There's something in the water down there at Immolation, and I think that something might be ethanol.
All right, so heading into the final lap here, Mike Stofmeel way out in front, not really much interest there. Ariel Zatoni, Simeon Naku, pretty safe. Wayne Hutchison is holding on to 4th place ahead of that man Cole McRae in the Falcon BMW. Then it is Johnny Major, Mike Jeffries, Liam Curtin, Michael Magas, Rick Martel, Guillermo Martinez, and Dan Bach. So Bach is on reverse grid pole. That's about the only bright light I can give him right now because it's been a rough race for him.
He's gonna buck around the clock tonight.
Francis Ballon, Tyler Agelli, John Picha, Ayrton Tobin, Josiah Jerome, Alfonso Chacon, Douglas DeGroat, Juan Ramos, and Carter Milton still running. 21 cars out there. Who you got in this battle here, Byron, between two of your very southern neighbors there, Wayne Hutchison and Cole McRae?
Well, what you're going to have to do is probably go with the guy who's all with the Intimidator and the flashing lights and then watch him spin out on the last corner. Case almost in point.
I feel like that's a prophetic statement at this point.
He's charging hard. He's going, oh God, right in the
He's let the pressure off for now, I would have to say. And the checkered flag is out, so next time across the finish line is the end of this one. Francis Ballon is sniffing at that reverse grid pole from Guillermo Martinez. By the way, John Picha, no! The peach is gone. Looks like he retired.
He got squoze out.
Joining Paul Riccobeni out of this one. Might actually have to adjust his finish there. I think he actually should be still ahead of Milton and Hummels. So remind myself on race app. Change possible position there for John Picha.
Changes.
Tyler Agelli in 14th place. I must say, Francis Ballon, for a guy who had like some connection problems early in the race, turning in a pretty solid effort here for 13th place. And if he can get past Guillermo Martinez, that's going to be a reverse grid pole position. But I don't think he will as we head into the final straightaway here. I think he's got to worry more about Agelli behind him than anything else. And they are coming across the line. Now, Agelli got into his back end, I think, a little bit at the end. So Mike Stofmeel is your winner. I didn't catch the gap. Did he get it up to 30? We'll find out when the results pull up. Ariel Zatoni and Simeon Naku joining him on the podium. Your AM standings, Cole McRae, Johnny Major, and Liam Curtin are the AM podium. And there are the results. He did! 31.4 second win from Mike Stofmeel, from Ariel Zatoni. Wayne Hutchison, Cole McRae, Johnny Major, Liam Curtin, Michael Jeffries, Michael Magas, Rick Martel, Dan Bach, Guillermo Martinez. By the way, Guillermo Martinez, Dan Bach, very unreverse grid pole front row, to be honest. Those are guys usually up the front in the feature race and who are coming off great results. But, today they will be starting from the front here in race number 2. As the grid forms up here for the second race here, 15 more minutes of Imola.
But why?
See if we're missing any cars. I know we're missing Paul Riccobeni, so we're down to 21 cars. I believe everybody else is still here. Starting on row 2, it is the veteran combo of Rick Martel and Michael Magas. Here we go. Oh, there is somebody else missing. We're down to 21. Anyways, here we go. And off to the early lead here. It is Guillermo Martinez in his Porsche. Second place to Dan Bach. Magas got the better of Martel off the line. Martel got a bad start. He's also behind Liam Curtin and Mike Jeffries. Jeffries and Curtin are both going for it against Magas. Side by side rubbing. Liam Curtin gets the job done and 4th place. Looking for where Mike Stofmeel is at, and it is +1 spot. He's up into 11th place, having overtaken Ariel Zatoni.
I don't believe you. Okay, I believe you.
I mean, you should believe me.
Unbelievable.
I think it's Ramos, or Ramos, who's not participating here in race number 2.
The Llamas?
Ricardo Lamas. Oh, Mike Stofmeel's in last place.
What the F?
Somebody has punted the Dutchman, I think.
That's a good move.
And it's gotten harder for him. Ariel Zatoni's at the back too, so I wonder if Zatoni was involved in that. In the meantime, Martinez still leads from Dan Bach. 3rd place, Jeffries. 4th, Curtin. 5th place, Michael Magas. Magas, though, is getting overtaken by Rick Martel by the looks of it there into the Variante Alta. Whoa! Like 4 cars piling into the Variante Alta, trying to get it done. Martel does overtake Magas, and Hutchison gets the better of Cole McRae in that battle. It's a huge opportunity for all 3 guys at the front, to be honest. Martinez, Bach, and Jeffries with... Oh, Martinez off the track.
And Stofmeel back up into 3rd place. Just kidding.
He's overtaken 1, so he's gotten past Ariel Zatoni. Next on his list is Tyler Agelli. Agelli is quite a ways back, too. He started fairly high on the grid. Carter Milton's up to 15th place. What sorcery is this? So today's video from Josh Revel, who is a guy who does he picks really, really bad F1 drivers and does a what the fuck video about them, basically. Like kind of, how did this guy get here? How did this guy stay here this long, sort of thing. Today's was, or not today's, but his most recent one was Ricardo Rosset, who was known as Ricardo the Tosser. And there was a bit where he drove into a wall during a race, and the commentary team of Murray Walker and Martin Brundle come on with Murray Walker's like, there is some debate about Ricardo Rosset's talent and whether he is an F1 caliber driver. And Martin Brundle, with just the best F1 bird of all time, just goes, it's a very short debate, Murray.
Correct.
I actually did learn that I knew Ricardo Rosset had family money behind him. I did not know that his family owns a lingerie company, and that's where the money came from.
That's pretty good.
Lingerie and swimwear.
Even the lady helping me pick it out called it lingerie.
So is Bach still leading from Martinez, Jeffries, Curtin, Martel, McRae, Magas. Magas is an absolute sea of BMWs right now. And it is Hutchison and Major, your top 10. Stofmeel watch. He's overtaken Ayrton Tobin and John Peachin. It looks like we probably have lost Zatoni and Tobin from the race, judging by those gaps.
Damn it, Tobin.
So Tyler Agelli is still next up on Stofmeel's list. He kind of got a freebie on Peachin. It looks like Peachin might have had a moment at some point. Martinez is showing that he's got the pace to get past Dan Bach. He just needs the opportunity here as they head up to not Variante Alta. This is, I don't remember the name of this turn, actually.
Ultima Online.
It's the turn that leads into Aqua Minerale.
That's RuneScape.
True. Whoa, Dan Bach. That is...
Shortcut.
That is not the recommended line.
Seems to work.
Cole McRae looking to get that top BMW honors. He was kind of denied it last race by Simeon Naku's hard charge. And is all up on the tail of the Kopachan BMW team's Rick Martel. Rick Martel, by the way, just a quick moment here. It's not been a flashy season for him, but it's been incredibly effective. He's one of the top AM drivers right now.
I would agree with you if I didn't already agree with you.
That's just a double agreement.
Double.
Oh, the earlier question of had Johnny Major had a podium. The answer was he had. He was second place at Portimao, so would not have been his first podium that he threw away earlier today. As Cole McRae battling with Michael Magas here, or not Cole McRae, Simeon Naku. I was gonna say it seems a bit wrong, but that is definitely a BMW. And Naku goes down the inside into the first Variante. 7th place for Naku, who finished on the podium in race 1. Cole McRae still on the back of Rick Martel. It's now 3 BMWs, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
That would be Porsche, Mercedes, BMW. We got like a whole 2x2 thing going here in the top 6. Double Porsche, double Mercedes, double BMW. It's not Noah's Ark, guys.
Joke's on you, they're all driving Spiders, and I had them change the logos and bodies and liveries.
And engines. Johnny Major has been relegated to 11th place by Josiah Jerome. So Josiah having a much better race too, at least. Coming through the field. Stofmeel watch. He has overtaken Tyler O'Gelly and also Alfonso Chacon and Carter Milton, so he's up to 14th place. So the rest of you better get a move on because he's coming and he's got a half race to do it.
Oh no, he coming.
Oh my coming, yo. Whoever hit Mike Stofmeel on the first lap, you made one mistake. You didn't finish the job.
Guillermo's being a little aggressive here for somebody who couldn't stop having motion sickness.
He is all over the back end of Dan Bach. He lost the lead when he went wide at Ravassa, and has been all over the Porsche or the bad company Porsche ever since, looking for a way around. Liam Curtin getting a little bit wide in the background there.
Listen,
good day for Liam Curtin, taking advantage of a solid AM outing here in 4th place.
Body shaming people. God, I thought we were better than that. No, we're not.
What do you mean AM? How is AM body shaming?
I said somebody was getting a little wide in the back end.
I meant off the track. Okay. I apologize for making any fat people feel uncomfortable. I am one of you. Although not if you're wall hacks fat. That's a little much.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
And we don't say fuck that guy because he's fat. Just seems like a really annoying person.
He's a whiny clusterfuck of a human.
Cole McRae looking for a way around Rick Martel, and it does not appear to be happening yet. You think that he has the pace because, I mean, they just weren't really on the same page in race 1, so unless something has changed between the races, Cole is being held up, and Simeon Naku is coming. So, to be honest, a number of people are coming.
Rick, hold him back. Hold him back. Hold them all back.
I don't know if it's going to work here. Side by side with Cole McRae. Oh, he's holding him. No, Rick is spun out. Rick Martel off the track at Variante Villeneuve. And that ends his chances, I think, at a top 5 here today. We'll see what Cole McRae has to deal with the stewards on that one. We have a Stofmeel sighting. He's in the back there in that big old Bentley. He is coming. Mike Magas is forming a valiant wall against Josiah Jerome and Johnny Major. Need to steal a line from Van Gundy here. Come on, Knights, come here and form a fucking wall.
I think the easiest way to be wide across the track is to just drift at full speed the entire time.
You're not necessarily wrong, but you won't be going very fast at that point.
Well, it's at full speed. Don't slow down. God.
Josiah Jerome, Johnny Major, and Douglas DeGroat have to be sweating bullets right now because they are stuck behind Magas. And Stofmeel coming, y'all. That Bentley is just getting bigger and bigger in the rear view. Which is hard to do because the Bentley is really, really big to begin with. So when it's getting bigger, it's really scary. Dan Bach, in the meantime, has seemingly gotten a little bit of daylight between him and Guillermo Martinez, which is really good for him because he was under immense pressure there. Here comes Josiah Jerome. Can he get the job done? He's going down the inside on Magas. And a little bit of a squeeze there. Magas retains the spot for now. Josiah Jerome held back once again. Johnny Major, Douglas DeGroat, Mike Stofmeel. Stofmeel is all over the back of Douglas DeGroat. That is the only time that a BMW M6 is going to look like a small race car next to that Bentley Continental.
Sexy.
We've lost Ayrton Tobin from the race at some point, by the way, so we're down to 18 cars still circulating.
So the hunt him down and kill him thing is on then, right?
Probably, yeah. We'll to see if he went out at the right turn. Oh, there's Mike's. So there is Mike Stofmeel. He just overtook Douglas DeGroat, and I saw that the left side door is heavily dented. So somebody gave it a hard nudge into that Bentley earlier on in this race.
He got pit maneuvered. Absolutely.
And with 3 minutes to go, Mike Stofmeel's up to 11th place, looking to get past Johnny Major. Josiah Jerome trying to get past Michael Magas. Magas still holds him off here through the Variante Alta. Stofmeel is all over the back of Johnny Major. Major is next up on his list. He's got a list. He's checking it twice, and Johnny Major has been very naughty.
Ooh, kinky.
Magas holds the position still in this train. Around the outside goes Stofmeel. I don't know if that is on, but if anyone can make it work, it is Mike Stofmeel, and Mike Stofmeel is through into 10th place.
Keep in mind that only first through 22 will get points tonight.
Only first through 15th, actually. So right now, everyone below Alfonso Chacon, no points. Josiah Jerome has been stuck behind Michael Magas for a while, and he is regretting it right now because he has the Flying Dutchman on his tail. Simeon Naku still on the tail of Cole McRae, looking to get that top 5 position still. And it is Dan Bach who's got just over a second. Here he is, Mike Stofmeel, on board with the Bentley driver. Bentley paying him a lot of money, and you can see why that is required because he is going for it here. Still holding it for now, but he's got the inside run here on Josiah Jerome into the next turn. Can he make it happen? The answer is yes! Stofmeel is through, I think. No, I'm still seeing Jerome ahead of him.
You seem double.
Of course, the camera decided to go to Simeon Naku right where that battle was at its apex. And I apologize, Simeon, but I would have preferred it didn't do that. He's got him now. Josiah was weaving there, so he may have clipped a bit of curb and is actually going to lose a spot to Johnny Major as well. So up into 9th place goes Mike Stofmeel. If you get the camera on the left side of his car, you will see a very dented up door, which is a failed assassination attempt because the Bentley has the driver on the right side of the car.
Mike Stofmeel with Tame Impala's Let It Happen just blaring out the speakers right now.
Liam Curtin is all over the back. Well, I mean, this is also more of a Jensen moment. Just, come on, baby, and let Godzilla do his thing.
Liking the angle of the dangle?
You, liking the angle of the dangle?
So, my boy Chris, apparently I had never got him to watch The Losers.
Oh, Magas and Stofmeel! Got side by side there to the first Variante, and that is Stofmeel ahead of Magas. Magas spun around and out of the top 10 here at the end.
Stofmeel given, 15 minutes with the penalties for this entire match.
We'll see. We'll see. I didn't send it in. I mean, I'm a little salty about that moment right there, just because I thought that was an aggressive move. But
well, maybe you should have reported it.
No, at the same time, I couldn't really say that it was anything. Like, it was a more extreme version of me shutting the door on Josiah. You know, I'm not going to report myself for the Josiah thing,
No,
which I do believe was legal, to be clear. But if Josiah wishes to bring that to Stewart, please feel free.
More self-snitching than Takeshi 6ix9ine.
But I just thought it was unnecessary more so than illegal. Simeon Naku all the way up on Cole McRae there, and Liam Curtin all over the back. Whoa, we lost Guillermo Martinez at some point.
That man is drunk.
Guillermo is dropping back. He's in 6th place now, apparently dropping, and the race win is going to go to Dan Bach. Mike Jeffries on the podium. Cole McRae spins at the end and absolutely ruins Simeon Naku's life. What the hell?
I liked it. I enjoyed it, and I appreciate it.
Well, hey, Carter Milton's going to get a little bit of shine here towards the end. He's on the tail of John Picha here. This is for 14th place and 2 championship points. Mike Magas comes back to 11th place behind Josiah Jerome. So Jerome got him in the end, although it took a little bit of help. Mike Stofmeel, as Josiah Jerome, by the way, did like a whole donut thing across the line there. Shame the camera missed it.
Camera should just hold at the finish line at that point.
Pretty much. Good idea.
Unless there's a really hot battle coming around. This is not a hot battle.
No, it's not. No disrespect to John and Carter, but this is not spiking my adrenaline in any way.
I do appreciate the pan delivery. I think that's pretty classy.
And Carter Milton scores points here in his E3D Speed debut.
Default.
Not quite default, because sadly Rick Martel coming here, he's gonna get 0 for this run.
Oh, I thought
had that contact with Cole McRae. We'll see what the stewards thought about it, but Rick Martel coming to the line there in 16th place with nothing to show for it in the overall standings here today.
Stofmeel with the fastest lap, but Dan Bach led from bell to bell on that one.
Indeed. Well, no, Martinez led for a little bit, but
I choose not to acknowledge that.
But Dan Bach, Mike Jeffries, Liam Curtin, Cole McRae, Simeon Naku, Wayne Hutchison, Mike Stofmeel, Johnny Major, Tyler Agelli, Josiah Jerome, Mike Magas, Francis Ballon, Alfonso Chacon, John Picha, and Carter Milton, your point scores. An absolute shame at the end there for Guillermo Martinez. That has to hurt. That was a win on a platter right there. And sadly, it will not be his today.
Not tomorrow either, because tomorrow is
Quick standings
Friday.
rundown, pending penalties heading into the final round at Monza. Mike Stofmeel leading the way with 371 points. That's his title. Let's be honest. He is 169 points ahead of Liam Curtin, who's in 2nd place with 202. Simeon Naku on 189, 181 for Dan Bach, who finally gets that win. It's been a while coming. Mike Jeffries, 172. Josiah Jerome, 152. Paul Riccobeni, 148. Johnny Major, 148. Rick Martel, 118. And 113 for Demetrius Simeonitis in the amateur or in the team's championship. VIP, 5 points ahead of Deviant Motorsports heading into the final round. Bad Company on 265. 248 for the Sim Racing Mafia. Project Zora on 236. That is your top 5. The AM standings, Liam Curtin leading the way with 234 points. He has won 3 of the last 4 AM races and has been on the podium for the last 5 races consecutively, including 4 overall podiums, it should be mentioned. Johnny Major on 216, Rick Martel 172, Zoltan Kalmandi 130, Ayrton Tobin 129, and then Demetrius Simeonitis 127, 121 for Michael Magas, 120 for Tyler Agelli, 100 for Cole McRae, and 91 for Francis Ballon. So things are still pretty interesting in the AM title, which could still go to Curtin, Major, or Martel heading into Monza, the Temple of Speed.
I would like to point out. I was going to say, I'd like to point out for the people at home that you just pulled all those out of the top of your head.
Yes, I am that good.
See, told you.
All right, we head off to Monza for the final round. Next week of the 3D Speed Series could be the final round of race room action in this series, of course, because sadly, unfortunately, we may be moving away from Race Room for the Wednesday series due to their dropping of updates.
It's going to be all Wreckfest all the time.
It's hey, I'm putting a fourth option on the poll, and it could be Wreckfest. But basically, the deal is that Wednesdays have become kind of like the update day for Race Room. So the idea of running a series on update day, not terribly clean, because as much as the updates tend to be small enough that you can download them pretty quickly, sometimes the servers stop working, and then you end up with a situation like we had here with this Imola round that got delayed twice to accommodate Race Room's activities. So a little bit of a problem there. And then on a second note, a lot of people are not super happy with the way that the GTs anyways are going currently in Race Room in terms of realism and physics. So there is a solid chance that we'll be moving either to ACC, maybe Automobilista, maybe Wreckfest, maybe just moving to a different day. I don't know. We'll let you know when we got the answer.
Are you telling me they didn't like my green and blue shells added to the GTs?
I believe they love that, actually. That's received raving reviews.
I'm trying to get the jump button installed for next week. You guys are like fucking quitters.
The negative that we have is basically two things. One, the fact that the grass is absolutely some kind of ultra slippery substance that doesn't go away for like a half lap.
Ooh, nice.
And number two is also the fact that the cars have become very unstable at certain points. And specifically, the Mercedes is facing this in a heavy way. And,
like emotionally?
Well, I was thinking more of like an aerodynamic and suspension way. But I mean, there's emotional instability with that as well.
All right, you kids go to bed. You're up too late.
That is all for me and Byron. We'll see you next time. Our next commentary gig, I do believe, will be the multi-class on Saturday. So there we go.
Oh, my goodness.